You got the full backstory? You really want all this? This is gonna be fun.
Yes.
All right.
I want to know about this Dolly Parton hug and how old you were.
Yeah, my brother makes that joke a lot. Cause
You're red as a beet now.
I know, cause he's even shorter than me. But he's like, I didn't know about the music business till I got that hug from Dolly Parton when I was only 3 feet tall. And he's like, she's only 5 feet tall, you know. My brother and I's last name is Bush. And
The Bush Bean people.
it actually is true. My granddad and my great-granddad and my dad, to whatever extent, that was the Bush Bean family. And it's from East Tennessee is where it's based. And it's based in a little town called Chestnut Hill, which is outside of Sevierville, which is even outside of Knoxville. So it's just smaller, smallest. It's like a 3-way stop, and that's it. And it's the kind of town what you think about when you think about Pennsylvania or the upper Midwest and industrial towns. Everyone who lives in the town works at the factory. And so it's the kind of situation where I grew up I'm the oldest, so I was supposed to run a cannery, right?
Yeah.
Until I was 10, 11 years old. And I mean, this is stuff that's at the end of the aisle at the grocery store right now. And something happened, and we still don't know what it was, because neither my brother nor I have an aligning story of our history, and everyone else has passed away. So we don't really have many people to ask. But our side of the family was bought out forcefully from the other side of the family somehow, which we didn't even know existed. And so this little town where everybody worked for my granddad, which was apparently very successful, but no one ever really told us, somehow became this blight on my life. Like it was a bunch of my grandparents, my parents, my aunt and uncle were always angry, and stuff had been taken from them. Like it was all this weird information. But one of the stories my brother got, because Granddaddy would apparently he'd just throw a corporate party at the factory every year. It was called the Jamboree. And he'd invite whoever the famous country star was at the time. And of course, Dolly came a couple times. And about the time that I learned to play the violin, when I was about 5 or 6, they would put me up in front of, you're the boss's grandkid, right? And, but it's an odd reality that whatever that sort of family joke was for them ended up being my whole life. So now I get conversation about it. Like whenever I was on Oprah, and that's the one question she asked me. Like they research you for months. And I sit up there and they're like, and so do you like beans? And I was like, no, actually, I don't. And I was like, golly, what has just happened? Do you like country music? It was that kind of situation. But that's how we ran across Dolly. And so my brother and I and Dolly Parton are kind of the only people that made it out of Sevierville.
Oh my.
We just don't have a theme park.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.